All right, hello everybody. My name is Luchara, and this is Ark Survival Evolved on my community server. Take two. I tried to stream earlier today. I streamed for about 8 minutes. My power went out. Was out for a little over 3 hours. I'm back now. I'm gonna try to stream. So I was down here when the power went out. I was riding on the Spinosaurus. One of my tribe mates, Stealth Sniper, came down. He took the Spinosaurus back to base, built a little thatch shelter around me, so I lived. But now I need to try to get back to base. I mean, if I die, it's not a big deal. I was going to do this off stream, but I was like, yeah, you know what? Me trying to get back to base might be fun content. So, and of course, uh, for today, I haven't streamed in like almost a week. Just bad timing. Last Thursday, I was busy, not feeling well. I don't remember. I'm not really sure why I didn't stream last Thursday. Friday, just I was having issues with YouTube, and I just didn't want to fight with it. I just didn't stream, and then my power went out because of Hurricane Fiona. So I just want to apologize to everybody for the lack of streams lately. But I'm back. If something, I swear, if there are technical difficulties with this stream, I, I might take it as the universe telling me that maybe I shouldn't be streaming. I don't know. But yeah, so we're hoping to get at least a couple hours stream in here. But base is close. Oh, there's an enemy here. I mean, that's base. I just got to get up this ramp. But yeah, but there could be stuff like, ooh, 145 Sabretooth. You know, I probably have bolas on me. I probably should have used said bolas. I didn't. Oh, I forgot they have headshots. If I can hit him in the head, I can probably kill him or knock him out. I'm on Ark. I'm trying. I'm trying, Dave. Okay. Trying to get back to base after my internet went out earlier today while I was in the middle of a Ark stream. Yeah, I have an Ark community server, community server cluster. I think I'm okay. Now, there still could be something scary up here. And again, it doesn't matter. If I die, I just respawn, grab a tame, come out, and right. It's not a big deal. But, you know, there's a point in pride in actually successfully getting back to base in one piece. What a great game. You haven't touched your server in a while now, like 2 months. Beat through Fjordur, which is the map I'm currently on. Then I want to wait for the new modded map to come out. Is there like a new official map coming out or just a new modded map specifically? Because I guess there's all kinds of modded maps. All right, so whenever the stream crashed earlier, I had these eggs. Oh, we actually got a fee. Oh, no, didn't get the right stats. Didn't get the right stats. Okay. So I got a female. Wait, is there 3 of them in here? They're not great. Yeah, they have. Oh no, well this one has the melee and the health at least, right? So at least we got one, but didn't get the high stamina, right? Like we got, ooh, this thing. This guy right here is 49 stamina, 44 melee, 48 health, right? But we didn't have a female with those because every time I tried to breed tech rexes, it just spit out males. Same guys that made Fjordur modded at the time are making one now. Nice. That'll be good. I like Fjordur. And I could be 100% mistaken here, but isn't the people that made Fjordur the same people that made Ragnarok? Or am I crazy? So I'm assuming Stealth, the baby beaver probably died because I was offline with no power. Valguero, okay, yeah, I was thinking, okay, that makes sense. Just give me a sec here. as it gets dark. Let's brighten things up a little bit. All right, so what was I doing before my internet so rudely went out? Oh, we got an adolescent scorpion. Yeah, well, it's not a big deal. I expected it to be gone. I was just worried about the tech Rex eggs because there was like 5 of them, and people are really eager to get tech Rexes, right? Although I think people have, found a way. I was getting fish. Yes, you're right. I was getting fish. Yeah, I wanted to show how much the stupid otter ate. How much fish the otter ate. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my god, there's too much stuff in this base. I gotta start putting some stuff in cryopods or killing stuff or something. Look at that, I can't even get out. Ah! Let me out. Let me out of base. There. Alright. And yeah, I'm like I said, if between power going out and internet going out, if I have some kind of technical difficulty this stream, I might just take that as the universe trying to tell me something. Right? Maybe. Yeah, the internet was out like across my entire province. Well, at least I get my internet through the cable provider. That was out. I'm sure the DSL and fiber provider, I assume, was still good. 100 egg. I don't know why I'm checking the eggs. 55 egg. It's not like I'm gonna use one. All right, so right here is where my internet crashed earlier. Appears to be fine now. Oh, I didn't really want to attack that Dimorphodon particularly. Now they're gonna come attack me. And if I remember correctly, they attacked me and not the tame, right? Oh, it's fine. They're dead. We're okay. Alright, so we got some fish meat. 20, 25, ooh, 145. Ooh, 34 points and hold up. Let me back up because I don't want to aggro that. 145 Argentavis in there. 34 points in weight and 31 in health. It's almost worth taming just to see what kind of stats it comes out with, right? Yeah, you're right. You know what? We don't need any more Argentavises. You're right. The chances of it being better than what we have are so slim. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I just can't say no. Right? It's just so hard for me to walk away from like 34. That's good base weight, but my bred Argentavis have 49 base weight, right? Because of a mutation. I think there was 47 for the mutation. All right, so I'm just going to... Is there any raw meat around I could put in? Because there isn't even any raw meat in here. All right, so anything that needs to eat raw meat can eat raw meat. Okay, so now I want to show how quickly this stupid little otter eats fish. So let's grab 40 fish. Let's put it in this feeding trough. Look at it. Gone. Done. Gone. It's gone. 40 fish just gone instantly. And I know the Spino eats fish, but it's not hungry, right? It could have ate it while we were out getting fish. It's just, there's one otter. That's it. I have no idea why otters eat so much fish. It's crazy. Like, I have like a bajillion meat eaters. No, I gave it fish earlier today. Or last night. But like I can get fish twice a day, Sully, and it's still like this fish. How much fish meat do I have here? I mean, 400. It's not a lot, but look, I mean, it's still going. This will be gone in like 4 hours. This fish meat. It's insane how much this otter eats. And unless there's something else that eats fish that I don't know about, the otter only eats fish meat. I mean, yeah, I could cook the fish meat, but it doesn't go bad, right? He just eats it all. Like I said, unless there's something else eating fish meat that I don't know about. They'll just, I don't know. If anybody has um, an idea of where this fish meat's actually going other than in the otter's belly, the only reason why I think it's the otters because I originally had two otters. I don't have any baryonyxes. I don't think. No, there's no. I don't have a baryonyx. They do eat fish, so yeah, 100%. Um, yeah, I gotta. It won't be on stream, but I gotta clean up these dinosaurs, man. Well, why are they? But all the carnivores will eat it. But if they were hungry, why aren't they just eating raw meat then? You know what I mean? Is there a way to get the raw meat like ahead? You know what I mean? Anyway, I had two otters and one of them died. One of them starved to death, and that's when I realized that I needed to be more aggressive at stocking fish meat. So, so just so we're clear, what you're suggesting, Stealth, is the carnivores are eating the fish meat instead of the raw meat because it's higher in the list, which I assume is just alphabetical, even though it says right here that they prefer. Or no, I guess that's not what it says, but I mean, if I cook the meat, that's not going to help any. But I know like the otter only eats fish meat, right? Anyway, not a big deal. Just, but I don't know. The otter didn't starve when I didn't have power all weekend. Right, and it wasn't, right? There it didn't seem to be, Sully. So I don't know. Anyway, my only the only thing I could think of was that the uh the otter just is a pig. That was my theory. Put the food in the otter's inventory. Yeah, let's put this fish meat in the otter's inventory and see how long it lasts. Remind me to come back and check later in the stream. Oh, you haven't put any fish meat in yours? Yeah, I'm not sure then. Because like I said, I did lose an otter. Edible gave me two, and one died. Lower level one died. And then I was like, oh yeah, they eat fish meat, right? All right, it's not eating now, but remind me to come back and check later on. Do any of these stats make the otter better at keeping me warm? Like, is there any, should I be leveling up any of these stats? It doesn't matter. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I shouldn't need to get fish meat twice a day for one animal that eats fish meat, right? Anyway, that's not really important. Okay, so we got some of these Rexes here. This thing, okay, so that's a male. Okay, so these males do have the good stats. If anybody wants these tech Rexes, like to breed your own, let me know. Like, come get them, please, because they take up so much space in here. Yeah, I already purged. Oh yeah, so let me get a drink here. Nateri has been breeding Argentavis. She did manage to get slightly better version of the Argentavis that we had. Fortitude exists as a stat for me. I don't think it exists as a stat for the otter. But yeah, I've got lots of points of fortitude. I mean, for the otter though, what should I level up on the otter? Because you put the otter around your neck and it keeps you warm, right? So I'm wondering, is there a stat in the otter that makes it better at doing that? But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's not eating the fish meat, so I don't know. I just don't know. So Nateri did get slight. So this is 42 stamina, 49 weight, 46 melee and health are the RG stats that we had. And Neytiri got some for that. They're the ones with awesome in their name. Yeah. 43 stamina, so slightly better stamina. I'm not sure if it's from a mutation or from, yeah, it looks like it's from a mutation, not from a wild. You know, a new wild was introduced into the line. I think it's from a mutation. Ooh, Sully's here, or somebody from Sully's tribe is here. I always just think it's Sully because it says Tribe of Sully. That could be El Tozo or Republic of Raider, or you know, any number of people that are in that tribe. Um. So yeah. So what's the plan? Because I kind of had a plan earlier, but it involves largely around breeding stuff. Oh yeah. Let me unclaim them then. You want two of them? I can definitely do that. Melee for the otter. I mean, I'm gonna kill them if nobody claims them because they're just, or put them in a cryopod. I guess I don't need to kill them. Melee for the otter stall says. That's pretty good base melee actually. And Herbston agrees. Leveling the otter's melee damage increases the amount of insulation provided, granting approximately 75 to 82 hypothermic insulation and 34 to 38 hyperthermic insulation per 100% melee damage. Oh, so it's not only, doesn't only keep you warm, but it also helps keep you cold. Surprisingly, which is cool. All right, so, and again, since I deleted the stream, the 8 minutes of stream from earlier today, because it ended up not being 8 minutes of stream, it ended up being like 3.5 hours, because it just, so as far as YouTube was concerned, my stream was still up, but I wasn't streaming obviously because my internet was down. So for anybody who tried to watch my stream this afternoon, I apologize. My internet was out. Because my internet was out, though, I couldn't tell YouTube to end the stream. I guess maybe I could have done it on my billion-year-old iPhone 6. That's right, iPhone 6. I'm a boomer, apparently. I like small phones. I don't like these giant phones that don't even fit in your pocket anymore. Like, yeah, I'm a boomer. I'm officially a boomer, aren't I? All right, let's go check the Aberration Cave. See if there's anything good for drop. See if there's anything in there we want to tame. Ooh, I know what I could do today. I could pop over to Crystal Isles. Show my crappy base. What are those? Oh, those are Shadow Mains. See, like Stealth has a lot of stuff here too, but I feel like his is at least organized. Whereas mine's just chaos. That's partially because too, like Neytiri's been using it to breed as well, right? Because she doesn't have the air conditioners. So anyway, yeah, I gotta. The funny thing is, I called a bunch of Argentavises yesterday, and there's still a million up here. Yeah, you don't have a phone case in your phone because it makes them so big. Like I have a phone case on mine because I keep my license and bank card in there. Because I don't like carrying a wallet anymore. But yeah, like, and I mean, I get it. A big screen is nice. I understand the appeal of having a bigger screen, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna have a choice because like I'm gonna have to get a new phone soon. Like I can't put the latest iOS on my phone because like I have no space for the update. So eventually I'm gonna have to get a new phone. What spirit got on the go over here? Attack Rexes. 35 melee. 48 health. I think. Did we lend Spear to male or give Spear to Nag at some point, I think? I feel like we did. Maybe. I don't know. Might not have. Oh, everything's blending together. Most of yours are out for the eggs or breeding. Yeah, that's the problem. Is I don't. There's no reason to have those Carnos out right now. Just as an example, or the Rexes. Like those should just be in cryopods. So I should probably, go make some cryopods and put them in cryopods. Or I know people asked for the Dino storage mod on the server. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll do that. And I know, like, Sharia, you asked for, I don't know if you're there, but if you're watching, you asked for a different mod there last week. I never really got a chance to look at it. And then, my power went out because of the stupid hurricane. So we'll take a look at that, too. High-level Ravagers here. Not even one worthy of being called an alpha here. like 45 was the highest? No, 25. 3 level 25s and a level 20. Kind of a pack is that? Rubson says, oh, I hear ya. I have an iPod from 2009 sitting in my alarm clock. I basically can't use any apps on it now, lol. Actually, my buddy, Mike, who I still didn't have power back on Monday, so I went to my buddy's place for like Monday night because at least he had power. But he has, my buddy Mike, whose place I went to, thank you, Mike. I know you're not watching, but thank you anyway. It's a Spino 100, not high enough. Oh, let's kill these Maglos. But he has an iPod. Oh, Perovia. Oh, that's not on. There we go. Did I lag there? Yes, fight the bird, not me. No, Perlovia's coming for me. Oh, I'm gonna die in here. I didn't even see the Perlovia. Anyway, my buddy Mike. Oh, it's 150. I'm still killing it. I don't know. Does anybody want to tame this thing? Probably too bad. Because it's going to be me or it, I think, here. There's 2 Spinos. As I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by all these dinosaurs and stuff. My buddy Mike has a super old iPod. Come here, get over here. Get over here. No, come here, no. He's got an iPod in like in a dock. He's been using the same. That iPod hasn't come out of the dock in like 10 years, he said, and he's scared like it won't work if he takes it out of the dock. What are you doing? Are you stuck over there? Help me out here. Well, I think we're going to be fine, and it could have went really badly. I have so much armor, though, now that, look, I mean, it's hitting me for 2, right? But eventually the armor's going to break, and then I'm in trouble. Consider knowing there was a Perlovia here. All right, get over here. Land. Let's eat some food. No, land. Land. Land, so I can get on you. Thank you. All right, well, that was fun. Level 100 Spino. And wait, didn't I say there was 2? Did I kill the other one? Or I guess my whatchamacallit, my bird must have killed the other one. Oh, another Perlovia that I didn't see. I'm on a roll here. Thorn mail. Oh, what is this? Oh. I was like, what thorn mail? I was like, what is thorn mail? I didn't realize stealth was there. All right. So, what do we got? Fabricated pistol blueprint. Yeehaw. You took it out of your alarm clock one time to listen to music on a bus trip. Surprisingly, the battery was still very functional. I don't think I'd risk that again, though. I probably should pay attention where I was going because there's usually car canals down there. um, well, that's like, oh, I guess I put it away. With no power, obviously. I mean, I knew the hurricane was coming, right? So I charged up my devices, charged up my Switch and my 3DS so that I could use those when there was no power. But I also pulled out my normal DS from the closet, which I don't know the last time I would have used my normal Nintendo DS. And it said the battery was full still. And it's just been in my closet for like 5 years. Or maybe I had it out the hurricane 3 years ago. Maybe I got it out. Possibly. But yeah, it's been a minute. Thanks for your help, stuff. What's in this drop? Ooh. You want these blueprint stealth? Oh, you're already gone. Guess you don't. Arionic saddle and a Capra-Suchus saddle. It's like I need to head to the swamp and do some taming. Yeah, it's funny how some of these batteries just last forever, it seems, right? 145 roll rats. So what do roll rats do? Like, is this something I should be taming? Well, not that one, because all of its points are wasted. Look how many of its points are in movement speed and food, which are wasted, essentially. Anyway. All right, not much to see in there. Like if there was a high level Spino, that's why I have this trap out here, right? So we could just lure the Spino out. Or Ravagers, right? Yeah, I've tamed a couple of 150 Ravagers out of there already. But I haven't done anything with them yet. Roll rats are one of the best wood gatherers and reduce weight of it. Plus, they have an unreal saddle. The best land dinos for travel. They're a lot of fun to ride around. Okay. Can curl up and roll like a Doedicurus, but way faster. And rips through stone. Huh. All right. Sounds like I might have to tame one of those up at some point. How hard are they to tame? Like, if I could just, do I just need to get it through, get it into the, ah, my God, I can't talk today. So what happens when you don't stream for a week or make content? You can't talk anymore. Do I just need to lure it into the trap and knock it out? Or is it like a special tame? The taming on them is a pain, though. Oh, you throw honey into their digging holes. Richard says, yeah, Eco's coming, man. Middle of October. Same thing I said, last week and the week before. When not that it's you asking, but people keep asking. I'm not gonna give a specific date until I'm closer. Because if I give out the date too early, people get all excited and it's just it doesn't work if I give out the date too early. But yes, it's coming. And I'm 95% sure of what the date's going to be. I'm 99% sure of what the date's going to be, and I'll announce it probably maybe just soon. I'll announce it soon. I won't leave people wondering for long. It'll be soon. There, get some extra trank arrows on me. It's getting low. Getting a little low there. Not really, but low-ish. Kinda, maybe, almost. The blueprint thing. All right. All right, out of curiosity, has this otter eaten any of this fish meat? No. All right, so it's clearly not the otter eating fish meat then. Right? So what was eating all the fish meat? Something appears to like fish meat. Yeah, like these Carnos. These don't need to be out. These can be in a cryopod. Right? These Rexes don't need to be out. These can be in a cryopod. Sabertooths. I have some Sabertooths over here. They don't need to be out. These Deinonychuses don't need to be out. Direwolf doesn't need to be out, right? Like, what's going on over here? Did they like break this fence? What's gotten into all of you? All these Deinonychuses. All right, so let's actually right now I need to go get my bottle of water. I'm starving. I will be right back. I haven't really done anything with Deinonychus is Sully. Basically, if I saw a high level egg, I would grab it. But I haven't bred them or anything. So I probably don't. No, it looks like they're pretty bad. Like I said, these are just the first week, if I saw a high level egg, I grabbed it. No, yeah, these are pretty bad. Look at that, 7 points into health. That's the best one breeding wise because it's 27 in melee at least. The rest of them are all pretty crappy. Richard says your server has been one of the best I've played on. Yeah, a lot of people seem to have good experiences for the most part. So you've been playing a lot on your server. Yeah, that's good. Like, and that's basically what it is. So server, we go hard for a month or 5 weeks or whatever, and then we shoot down the meteor, and the server stays there. But people go play other games for 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever, and then we start up the server again, right? That's how we've always done it, or how I've always done it. I mean, that was my 8th server, right? So, and we, every server I learned something new, right? From the running the server side of things. But next server will be similar to the last eco server, like law wise and all that. We are gonna, there'll be a couple additions. The library with the skill unlocking will be there again. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna ask people to not form giant groups. 2 or 3 people in a group is fine. I'm not gonna tell a married couple that they can't play together. It's not why I'm here. But the giant groups can play havoc with the economy, right? Or like people get jealous. Anyway, don't want to talk about eco too much, but yeah. I agree. The server's pretty good. We got a good bunch, good community. I feel like the laws that I have are, for the most part, pretty good. A couple of good mods, but not an overwhelming amount of mods. Although I will say one thing. One last thing about eco, and then that'll be it for eco talk. The last update that I put on the server after we shot down the meteor, that adds a bunch of things like food spoilage, which is, in my opinion, I'm not a fan of that. But they also added a new running animation, and it's funny because actually, let me get off this bird for a minute. So basically, when you sprint now in eco, you see your hands like this. But it's funny because, like, I can see my hands here, right? When I sprint, and it's fine. But when I run in eco now, I literally get motion sickness, and it's not just me; it's happening to a lot of people. So I'm really, really hoping they add an option to turn it off, or some modder, figures a way to remove it. Because, I mean, yeah, you can walk, or once you get trucks, But I'll be honest, it's going to be, I don't know if I'm, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play if those animations are there. It's going to be, I won't be able to stream for sure because I won't be able to play for hours straight. You know what I mean? I'll have to play like 20 minutes and then like kind of look away, walk away for a bit. So I'm really hoping they had the option to turn that off. And the community manager did have a post on Reddit about something different. But he referenced that they were going to add, they were working on an option, to take that off or whatever. So hopefully it's there by mid-October, and we're ready to start up the server. Man, I feel like I haven't hit a beaver dam in a long time. What are you? You something you want to eat me? Yep, you definitely want to eat me. Yeah, well, you can't eat me if you're dead, can you? Nope. I'm gonna hit up this beaver dam just for fun. And always make sure, I don't think the beavers are close enough to actually get mad at me here. When you do these dams, like these ones, they respawn. There's the two of them. They only respawn if you completely empty it or destroy it. Like you can attack these dams. If you don't empty it, like if you take the cementing paste out and leave the wood, like cementing paste doesn't regenerate, right? They'll just stay there with wood. Somebody else will have to come behind you and clear out the wood. So don't leave the wood behind, please. And that goes for all the dams, like the ones that regenerate or the ones that the beavers build, one-shot ones. Either way, please take everything. But yeah, I believe for eco anyway, I'm not for anybody who's, I said I wasn't going to talk about eco anymore, but here we go. A little more eco talk. For anybody who just played last server where I streamed eco all the time, it's probably not going to be the case this next time. It's probably going to be more like edited Let's Plays with the odd stream mixed in, I think is how I'm probably going to do it, which is how I've done it for like most of my 7 servers. Just the last one, I tried more of a stream heavy approach. I think I'm going to go back to the other way. I have a lot of wood in here already. I probably don't need this wood. Oh, well, it's fine. Not a big deal. So what I'm thinking is, like special occasions, like the meteor, I'll stream. Day 1, I'll stream. And then I'll probably put out a video at the very least Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Possibly more often. We'll see how it's going. We'll see how I feel. And it also depends on if the stupid running animation is there or not. Right? All right, so yeah, my armor is pretty dinged up from the encounter in the cave that I had. So let's repair it before it gets broken completely. Richard says, now I keep playing Construction Simulator 2022 until you come up with Eco Server again. Yeah, that's a new game, right? That just came out. What am I? I'm out of metal ingots. Let's grab like 900 out of the forge. Yeah, I'm not sure if that Construction Simulator, I looked at it. Somebody, I think it might have been you, Richard, suggested it to me. And I looked at it and that's not really the type of game that I enjoy. So I don't think, wait, that's the wrong chess piece. I don't plan to play it like for content, but I always appreciate suggestions. I'll always look at the game at the very least. And I'll give you credit for one thing for that suggestion, Richard. If it was you, I think it was you. It might not have been. One thing that it's a bit of a pet peeve, and I don't really mean to complain, but I hate it when people are like, hey, you should play, game X. and it's always like some borderline obscure game that came out like 3 years ago. And I'm like, I'll look at him like, yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but nobody's gonna watch, right? Nobody's gonna watch a game, me play a game. I mean, I have my people that'll come watch me play them, whatever, right? But outside of that, nobody's gonna come watch me play a 3-year-old game, right? Generally. So at least Richard, at least your suggestion, if it was you, at least it was a new game. So I'll give you credit there. But yeah, I don't. That type of game is not really my cup of tea, though. I feel like my in-game sound. I think it's just in my ear, but my in-game sound feels like it's higher than normal. I'm not sure what Steve said there. Hopefully, it wasn't bad words. Slime Rancher 2. Now, see, that's a good suggestion. That is a new game. Actually, there was a bunch of games that came out last week that I was looking at. I was like, should I make content for this? Should I make content for that? And I didn't bother. And then obviously my power went out. And yeah, I never played Slime Rancher 1. It's a game that always looked good. I always looked up my alley. And Slime Rancher 2, it's early access, right? I do it generally for the purposes of making content. I find that early access games are better because you can kind of come back to it as it gets updates, right? You know what I mean? Whereas a fully complete game, you don't really go. I mean, not that you can't update fully complete games. I mean, people do, obviously. All right, you know what? If this 145 Argentavis is still over here, I might tame it. Where was it? It was down here, wasn't it? Right over here. 45. 20. I know I'm going to be disappointed. Like, there's like a 5% chance that it's actually better than what I have. But I'm going to do it anyway. If I can figure out which one it is. Actually, it might have. It's mostly white. That might be a cool color mix to breed. Let's clear out these saber tooths around our trap first. That would be smart. Oh, looks like Punch. Punch and his crew, Elcirk and Calorie or whoever. Okay, so Satisfactory is a game that I really like. I've played a ton of it. But I don't enjoy the multiplayer so much. The thing with Satisfactory multiplayer, I find you either really need to know the people you're playing with, or you need like one person to kind of take the leader role and like, okay, you do this, you do that. Otherwise, because Satisfactory is a game where you can't really have everybody doing their own thing. You need to plan. And like some people are just like, I'm just going to make this work. I don't care if it looks ugly. Whereas other people, like that really bothers them. And if that's the case, you got to keep those people far apart from each other, right? The Spyglass mod I am using is called Awesome Spyglass. Ooh, look at Punch's little pavilion over here. Wow, this is just... Oh, I guess, no, it is supported. This makes sense. Makes sense. I was thinking like that shouldn't be able to... It shouldn't stay up, but no, it should. It should. Well, they get some blue wingtips over there, too. Wonder, is that one that... is this part of our line? Oh, I guess it's not quite the same color, is it? No, this is from our line. It is from our line. Maybe it is the same color blue then. Papa Chuck held for review comment. You poor bastard. Why? Why am I a poor bastard? Yeah, I didn't enjoy satisfactory multiplayer. Space Engineers is a game that people have suggested to me get sucked into the Ark world. Um, that might be one of, if not the most suggested games I've had since I started doing this. But it's a game. Oh, is this not the right one? I'm not sure if it's right for me either. That like I'm not a builder, right? Like when it comes to games like Eco and Ark, the building is not what appeals to me, and I feel like Space Engineers is mostly a building game. Like, does that make sense to you? And I know English isn't your first language, which isn't helping either. Um, and like, yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying I'm not sure if it's for me. If that makes sense. I did not mean to get knocked back there. I mean, of course I didn't mean to. Why would I mean to? Right? Why would I intentionally get knocked back? All right, so you don't need to be on passive anymore. Stealth says, before the last Eco server started, I was playing Dinkum. Seemed quite interesting. I actually had a Let's Play. I had a Dinkum Let's Play. Wait, was it Let's Plays or streams? Or do they do both? I definitely played Dinkum on. I played Dinkum on the channel though. Now I'm trying to remember. Does anybody remember? Was Dinkum Let's Plays or streams or both? Because I feel like I started with one, either Let's Plays or streams, and then I, on the same save file, started doing the other, which I feel like is a mistake that I probably won't make again. If I start streaming a game and I want to come back to it, do another stream. Right? If I'm doing Let's Plays, just keep doing Let's Plays. You can't really go from Let's Plays to streams. Yeah, I enjoyed Dinkum for my time with it, and I might come back to it at some point. Well, you folks should hear what Switch game I was playing when I didn't have power on the weekend until my Switch died, of course. And I might lose some gamer cred here, and I don't care. Do I have anything in my canteen? I do. I was playing. Oh, I forget what it's called. I was playing Disney Dream Valley, I think it's called. It's like Animal Crossing, except it's Disney characters. Disney Dream Light Valley, maybe? Something like that, anyway. That's what I was playing on my Switch all weekend until my Switch ran out of power. But yeah, it's Animal Crossing with Disney characters. Let's just say it's a little different from Ark. You loved Ark back in the day before they started adding a ton of mythical, nonsensical junk. I mean, I get what you're saying. That stuff doesn't bother me, but I do feel like I'll come back to Ark periodically, and every time I do, there's like 6 new dinosaurs or creatures because, like you said, they're not really dinosaurs. There's always 6 new creatures. I'm like, I have no idea what those do, and usually they're either really powerful or you got to jump through 10 billion hoops just to tame one, and it never seems worth it to me. Like I get a lot of people like Animal Crossing, but you know, I guess if you like Eco, Animal Crossing, you know, isn't that big of a step from a game like Eco, but I feel like it's a big step from Ark. Yeah, it's definitely has some Animal Crossing vibes to it. It also it has like farming, right? So it's got a little like Stardew Valley mixed in as well. But it's mostly an Animal Crossing ripoff, but it's only in early access. I enjoyed my time with it over the weekend. I mean, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna play. Yeah, I downloaded it like the day before the storm when I figured, oh, sorry, I just threw out that prime meat. I knew I wasn't gonna have power, right? So I wanted something new on my Switch. Um, Farming Simulator 22. Now, Farming Simulator is a game that looks interesting to me that I might check out. That's the newest one, right? 22. And Papa Chuck says, how do you feel about structures taking extra damage if you build in a cave? Like, do you mean if it gets attacked, it takes extra damage? Or are you suggesting there's like a small damage over time and you constantly have to repair it? Because actually, either of those sound interesting to me. I don't think people, I mean, we're PvE here, right? People haven't really built in caves. We did allow building in caves because there's some giant caves on this map, right? Like there's two different caves that look like, something straight out of Lord of the Rings. They look like Mines of Moria, right? And I know at least one person, well, one tribe of two people, Spiracco and Alex, they're in that cave. Yeah. So I'd be okay with it, but I don't know how you'd add that. Like, would you have to mod that in? I don't recall seeing a setting for that. But yeah. Yeah, I'd be okay with I mean, like that'd be something I'd be willing to add if that's how it is. That's also cool. Like, I mean, I had to turn on cave building, right? But I'm fine with cave building. And cave flyers. We did the cave flyers on this map, I think, because I was told, at least, and I'm not sure if this is accurate, but I was told that like Asgard, the realm, when you teleport there, it's considered a cave. So if you want to take a flyer to Asgard, you have to turn on cave flyers. That's what I was told, so I added cave flyers. Okay, so it's not a damage over time thing. It's a but I'm not, I guess what I'm asking, Chuck, is are you suggesting that I should change that? Because like I just don't know where I would change that. You know what I mean? I think it's a good idea. If it was an easy change, I'd do it. And it might be in the files. There's so many things you can change in the INIs in this game. Yeah, and Sully's right. With PvE, structure damage is kind of, whatever, right? Oh, it wasn't. Probably is this meat gonna last long enough? Do I have to go get more prime meat? Yeah, no, we got four. We got enough. We should have enough here. Good night from Norway. Good night, Richard. I feel like I should visit Norway someday. I have a lot of people that watch me from Norway for some reason. Like I'm pretty sure Punch is from Norway. Pretty sure Sadio's from Norway. Or at least one of the Scandinavian countries. You're from Norway, right, Punch? Like, I don't know. Like, I know Norway's like. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head how many people live in Norway, but I feel like relative to, you know, countries with much larger populations, I feel like I have a lot of viewers in Norway. Because like I keep getting like 5 million people. That's like, I mean, that's small compared to like Canada at least, right? And I'm trying to think, could I pick out Norway on a map? I mean, it's like Finland is one on top of Scandinavia and then Sweden and Norway? Or is it the other way around? Sully says, we have had our stone pipe from the ocean to our plateau broken 3 different times by, I can only assume, alphas and bad luck. Structure damage most only happens if a player brings some big old thing to bring your build down. Yeah, we're in PvE, Chuck, so. Because we're just, I mean, I don't know if you've ever played, oh, I did not mean hit tab. the worst part is going from different game to different game. Like, what game was I just playing recently where tab is your inventory? Then you come into Eco and tab opens up the console. Yes, I am Canadian. I am from Prince Edward Island, Canada's smallest province. And if you've seen us in the news lately, it's because we get hit by a hurricane this weekend, and I didn't have power for like 3.5 days. Stone pipes are treated as wooden structures for the purpose of destroying them. Punch says the Norwegians own 2% of all American government companies. Okay. Um, yeah, I was just about to explain why we're playing on PvE. Most of this people playing on the server are people that played on my Eco server. Um, I don't know if you know what Eco is. It's technically a survival game like Ark. You're from Ontario. That hurricane was insane. I mean, the thing is, we just had one that was very similar, like 3 years ago, I think, maybe four. But it's like I do not want to have to deal with one of these hurricanes every 3 or 4 years. No thanks, Mother Nature. Um, yeah. So it's technically a survival crafting game, but like you can't die, right? It's like it's very co-op. I just thought that with that community coming from Eco to Arc, I thought PvE would definitely be the best bet, right? Now we do have a server cluster. We have 4 servers. So if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, Luch, there's that one of our servers, people don't usually use it. We should turn that into a PvP server just so people can battle for fun." If somebody came to me with that suggestion, I'd probably be like, sure, I'd put it out there to the masses to get opinion, but that'd be something I'm willing to do because like barely anybody seems to play on Crystal Isles. Even Ragnarok, I found there hasn't been many people on, right? The people from Rag either aren't playing anymore or they've at least partially moved over to Fjordur, it seems. I mean, just in general, I know. I mean, we've been going over 2 weeks now, right? Some people are burned out. Some people have moved on to other games. Um, I know with me having no power on the weekend, there are some people who, me streaming and showing content from the game is important to them continuing to play. So me having no power and all that is probably contributing to them not playing much anymore. Anyway, did that come off kind of like arrogant? Oh, if I don't stream, they're not going to play. That's not how I mean it, but I know it's the case with Eco, especially. Like, I know if I get busy and don't stream or make videos, generally speaking, the population of the server suffers. Generally. Yeah, so interesting going from Eco to this game because they're technically in the same genre, but they couldn't be more different, I don't think. If you want to win any fight in Ark, just do what I did. I tamed and bred over 150 Dimorphodons. I would literally have a cloud following me. I deleted the Albus Gigas. I've heard that. I've heard that a Dimorphodon swarm works. Deinonychus swarm can work. Punch hasn't been on because you have a family home for a week. That'll do it too. Yeah, I mean, stuff happens, right? Life happens. Um, it is what it is. Look, I've had fun with Ark. I'll be honest, I feel a little directionless now that I'm back in after not playing for 4 days. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna play. As long as there's at least some people playing, though, I'll leave the servers up and I'll at least pop in, from time to time. Um, yeah, the Morphodons would be so annoying. Like you would have to have yeah, I don't know how you'd even deal with that. You had some really like I'm trying to think what has like an AoE attack. Like I know like Brontosaurus has like its tail, but I mean that I don't think that would work because Brontosauruses are so slow. All right, so between the health and the weight, do we have any chance of this Argentavis being good enough to breed into our line. I mean, I could breed it in for its colors, but I have an almost pure white one already that if I wanted to, I could breed in for its colors. Oh yeah, I should be, I got those two pink ones too. I should probably be trying to breed those, right? At some point. Maybe. Yeah, I think there's a 95% chance I'm just gonna kill this thing the second I tame it. And it was a complete waste of my time. But you never know. It might be good. I've been playing Fallout 76. Started a big week or two ago, and I'm already getting burned out on that. Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? Ooh, 48 weight. That is good. Technically, that's higher than what I had before the mutation. Well, I'm gonna keep that one because that's the last thing I need is another Argentavis in my base taking up space. I've never played Fallout 76. The premise always interested me, but it got such bad press on launch, and I know they've improved it quite a bit. I did back when I had my job, I worked with a girl, her and her boyfriend played, and I know they really liked it. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. Yeah, sometimes I can play a game for months and not get burned out. Other times, you know, yeah, I know what you mean. About a week or two, I find 10 days. 10 days is the point where I potentially start getting burned out, I find. Not always, but like, see, I already have this one. This one's really white. Are they the same color? They're almost, no, they're not. I mean, they look similar. Oh, the wingtips, I guess, are the big difference. And, oh, but this one has a head patch. This one doesn't. So, I mean, they're both pretty white. This one has the wingtips. This one has the patch. So neither one of them are pure white, but they're both close. Yeah. But it's like New World has a big expansion coming out. I played that when it launched. I enjoyed it for like a month. Then I burned out on that and I never went back, but I know they've made a ton of changes. And they're supposed to be coming out with fresh start servers. I think I'm gonna have to check that out when the time comes. Oh, what? Yeah, you were trying to ask like how aggressively they were trying to fix the power, I think is what you were trying to ask. And they were like, yeah, keep in mind, like 90 some% of people were without power. Like almost everybody lost their power. But they brought in, oh, they're not chilling. No, like they brought in people from out of province. They brought people in from the states, like extra electron, whatever you want to call them, electric technicians. I don't know what you'd call the people that work in the power lines. Yeah, they brought in a ton of people. They were working around the clock. The only problem was on Monday. I don't know. I think I talked about this on stream, but it might have got cut off because my internet pooped out. On Monday, it was thunder and lightning out here, right? So I'm pretty sure they're not out in those little buckets working on the power lines and the lightning. I'm pretty sure that's probably a a safety concern, right? But no, they're very aggressive about getting out and getting the power fixed. Very aggressive. Fortunately, like I'm surprised actually I got it as soon as I did because I live in I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a small province. Excuse me, it's mostly rural area, but I live out in a rural road and my road doesn't really lead anywhere. So fixing power on my road, I mean, there's like 100 people on the road, but like that's it. It's just 100 people. There's nobody past that needs to have my road fixed first. Right? So I was kind of surprised that we were even up and running as soon as we were. 'Cause there are still people who don't have power now. Right? Punch says, since here in Norway, if we lose power, they got max 12 hours before they literally getting insane tickets and a massive tax to pay. Yeah, I mean, I mean, obviously they couldn't work until the hurricane was over, right? So, I mean, right away it was a day before they even got out to even, assess the damage, right? And then obviously they're going to start, they're going to make sure the hospitals and old folks' homes and stuff like that are powered first, right? And then my theory is the reason why we got us so soon is they just started in the town that I'm close to and just kind of branched out. Maybe I can point out which country on a map. Oh, you want me to guess which country is Norway on a map? Or you want to point out where I live on a map? Is there a way I can bring up a map of Europe without country names? Yes. All right, so this is the map of Europe with no country names. I got that Gander accent. Yeah, people think I'm from Newfoundland or Cape Breton all the time, but no, it's a Prince Edward Island accent. So I believe, I know these three here are Finland, Sweden, and Norway, right? I think this one, Finland, Sweden, no, wait, I have it backwards, right? This one's Norway, Finland, Sweden. Am I right? I feel like this one's Norway. Your coast is really jagged, right? Okay, so yes, no, yes. Okay. So, okay, Norway, Sweden, Finland. That's the fjords. Okay, the Fjordur, right? Makes sense. I guess I could just bring up one that has the names. Why is it so blurry? Norway, Sweden, Finland. Oh, not mean to click on that. All right, and hey, good. Now I know. I mean, I know those were the three Scandinavian countries. I just wasn't sure which one was which. So let's go back to the Ark. Sorry about that. For anybody who doesn't care about geography, I do apologize for that. Yeah, Papa Chuck, you're not the first person to say I have a Newfoundland accent or Cape Breton accent. Hey, ICANN has movies, aka Zandra. How are you doing on this fine evening? Why is my bird so heavy? Is that just from meat? Do I have that much meat on the bird? Let's find out. Let's see here. Because if we're going to travel, we're going to ditch everything. Yeah, do we need pelts? Do I need any of this? I'll take the trank arrows, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to lose all this when we put it in a Pokeball to travel. And of course, by Pokeball, I mean Cryopod. ICANN has Looches. Just one. There's only one Looch, though. All right, so let's go over to Crystal Isles. I've never shown my little base over there. And look, it's garbage. It doesn't look good. It's a work in progress. It's not even done. But I've at least made an effort to make it not a box. Hey, it's good to be seen. I don't know if you were around this afternoon, but I tried to stream and my internet went out. It was not just me. It was like the whole province and more. Like Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia and possibly more. There was no internet for over 3 hours. But the problem was my stream YouTube kept my stream running, even though it was probably just a blank screen, or like me, right when my internet cut out, being like, right, um, yeah. So anyway, I had to delete that. Chuck, a bunch of Americans had trouble coming up to Canada to help with hurricane damage because of that stupid Arrive Can app. Thank God it's gone on Saturday. Now I've heard good things about that app though too. Like I heard somebody saying that like it like replaced like your passport. Like I don't know. I haven't traveled, so I don't know. But yeah, either way, it's gone anyway. Like you said on the weekend. I know there's some Blue Jays fans that are upset about that because basically, the Blue Jays baseball team, for anyone who doesn't know, you've been on meetings all day. Yeah, well, Xander, I just felt cursed, right? Like last week, Thursday, like I didn't feel well. I had a bunch of stuff to do, so I didn't stream. Friday, I had technical difficulties, so I didn't stream. Then the hurricane hit, and I was without power for 4 days, so I didn't stream. I finally get a chance to stream. My internet goes out. I'm like, yeah. So the Blue Jays baseball team, they're going to be in the playoffs, and all year, if there was any unvaccinated people, they weren't allowed to get into Canada, right? And a lot of the playoff teams had like a couple of unvaccinated people on their team. Um, but now they'll be allowed in. So Jays fans are like, no. Richard says, Richard, you said you were going to bed 20 minutes ago. Um, country markers in the new eco server. Yeah, I could probably do that. Put like a markable world map on the Discord. So this is my Crystal Isles base, such as it is. So it's gonna be like a three-part base. This part's obviously not done. So we got the greenhouse over here, which is like way bigger than I need it to be. I did not. I This whole base is so much bigger than it needs to be. So much bigger than it needs to be. So that's the greenhouse part. Then this is like the kitchen. So we have our cooker, we have our fridges, our other cooker. I guess that's a grill. That's a grill and that's a cooker. Our chemistry bench. It's gonna have an upstairs eventually. But what I was trying to do for this balcony, I was trying to figure out a way to make like a railing, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I gave up, and I was like, all right, well, it's at least functional now. So I haven't come back to working on it. Then over here we have the crafting bench area, but like look how much bigger this place is than it needs to be. Like look how much empty space. Now I am gonna put more vaults in here eventually, but it's like this place does not need to be this big at all. At all. But yeah, today's Wednesday, isn't it? That's crazy. Yeah, basically I didn't stream for a week or really have any content for a week, so I apologize for that, folks. Gonna try to get back on it. Try to hit that hard. Xander says, I feel you. The guy's coming from the internet Saturday. Keeps going up and down. I had a migraine for 5 days last week. That sucks. Torn arm muscle this weekend. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Yeah, sounds like it has been. You can say at least no hurricane for you. Yeah. And it's funny too, because like, but now part of the US is getting hit with a hurricane right now. Like Florida's getting slammed with a hurricane. There's pretty much always a Spino down here. 55. This is where like the Spino I have on Fjordur, this is where I got it. I made a trap. Like I don't know why I made it so far away. I probably could have made it like right here. Guess I was just scared of the Spino. So I made a trap like way over here. It's a little just big enough for a Spino to drop into, get tamed. Yeah, we're gonna kill this one because it's only level 55. Yeah, like I said earlier, we just had a hurricane 3 years ago that did a bunch of damage, left us powerless for days. I do not want this to be the new normal. Like, no, thank you. Like, it's one thing to live in Florida, right? Because I know Florida man meme and all that, but Florida climate wise is a beautiful place. That's where Disney is and all that, right? But you kind of know that there's going to be hurricane, tropical storm risk, right? I'm in Canada. It's going to snow all winter. Nobody lives here for the climate. I do not want to have to deal with hurricanes. Humidity in Florida is awful waffle. Yeah, I was in Georgia. I've been to the States once. I've been in Georgia. Is the only state I've ever been in. I flew to Georgia for like 5 days to meet. We had a guild meetup for my old EverQuest 2 guild. This is like 16 years ago. It's 2005. I guess that's 17 years ago. No, would have been 2006. EverQuest 2 only came out in '04. Anyway, I was in Georgia in late June. And yeah, the humidity, like we don't get humidity like that up in Canada, right? Like just yeah. But it's like same as like California, right? Like California has a really great climate, but you have to deal with earthquakes and I believe traffic. And I don't know if there's anybody from California here, but I believe doesn't California not really have subways because of the risk of earthquakes, right? Collapsing them. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm clearly not from California. Chuck says, I'm a horrible Canadian. I hate the winter, but I'm a ginger, so Florida's a no go for me. You turn into ash. Yeah. Luckily, I very rarely burn, or at least I used to. I don't get out like I used to. When I was younger, I used to hit the beach quite a bit in the summer. Um, Not so much now. So yeah, so this is Crystal Isles. I don't know. Is there anybody here who doesn't like no Crystal Isles? Southern California does. You have to deal with traffic and cost of living. I lived there for 20 years. Public transit was real bad when I left about a decade ago. And drugs and gang and homeless crisis, although pretty sure any sufficiently large city is going to have those issues. But yeah, California, I believe, does have those things in spades for sure. Says the guy who's never been there. But yeah, cost of living is crazy down there from what I've seen. Although cost of living seems to be going up everywhere. So I'm just going to talk about why I like to build here on Crystal Isles. So you got this plateau. It's safe, right? This is like the only ramp up. So it's a little rough pre-flyers, right? Because this is the only ramp up, but it's safe. There's a water vein right here, so you don't have to worry about water. Um, Redwoods are right there. Obviously, redwoods are scary. There's metal all over the place, but I mean, Crystal Isles is pretty good for metal. It's not really stingy for metal. Um, so he says, where I live, never dealt with any of those things. But yeah, it's in there in some places, but it's here in St. Louis too. Yeah, I mean, any giant city is going to have crime issues, right? But I think California partially has a homeless crisis because I got to choose my words carefully here. I was going to say it's easier to be homeless there, but that's a really crappy thing to say. Being homeless is never easy. But like, it'd be, again, being homeless, like where I live in Canada, in the winter, you literally freeze to death. At least you don't have to worry about that in California. And again, I'm not suggesting that being homeless is easy anywhere in the world. Um, California also has rolling blackouts, if that's your thing. I know they have drought issues. I know they have water issues. I did not realize they had power issues as well. Yeah, so out here, usually I would have a taming pen right here, because there's so much like scary and like fun stuff to tame. I mean, obviously there's Argentavises, there's usually Rexes out here. And watch, none of this stuff's gonna be out here because I said that. There's lots of dire wolves out here, saber tooths. Oh, kangaroo! I did not expect that. There's oil spawns right here, which is nice and close. There are beavers in this bay, as you can see, so you'll occasionally get beaver dams out here, right? So basically, anything that spawns in like the tundra, like not the cold, but the almost cold. Spawns out here, which is nice. Like mammoths and rhinos, direwolves, scorpions, ankies, all that stuff spawns out here. There's a Rex. Good. So I wasn't lying. Ooh, 135, not bad. Not good enough though. It needs to die. Yeah, I'm almost at stamina. Let's get some stamina before we attack it. Oh, it's fighting that rhino. And obviously, like I said, that Spino spawn, that's like kind of a bit of a swampy area. So there'll also be baryonic spawn there, which can be a useful tame to have. When I go back, there's another area in a different direction from base where there's beaver dams. And I don't know if you've noticed, for anybody who knows where my base is on Fjordur and has seen where I put a little base on Ragnarok, you know that I like being close to the beaver dams. I like being able to just quickly get that cementing paste, right? Like just without even having to worry about it. Chuck says, I watched a documentary on the homeless crisis in California. They said the main reason why California attracts so many homeless is literally due to the weather, as you said, because people, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but but on the other hand, like, if I'm living in Detroit and I'm homeless, if I'm homeless, how am I getting to California? But obviously, somehow they do it, right? I guess would be my thing. Anyway. And I mean, there are homeless people where I live. Like, I know there is homeless shelters. Like, I'm not saying that, Canada, I mean, Canada's bigger cities has homeless people, right? Like Toronto has a homeless problem, Vancouver has a homeless problem. But I'm not saying it's the same as California. I think Vancouver would probably be for a lot of the same reasons though that California does, right? Because Vancouver doesn't get cold like like a lot of the rest of Canada does, right? Anyway, this whole conversation is veering awfully close to like politics, which I try to avoid talking about because it just never ends well. And it's not about whether you agree with my politics or not. It's just, especially in this climate, people have difficulty talking about politics and remaining civil, so I try to avoid talking about it on stream or in my videos or even in the Discord, right? But it's not a big deal. I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody here. Like, it's fine. This right here, what we're doing is fine. 90 racks. Yeah, you can stay alive. I'm just gonna let's just head back to base. And then I'll go to where the other beaver dams are. There's a nice variety of stuff. Canada and Norway is quite similar when you check it up. Like in what ways? Like in climate, like in weather, like like gross domestic product, like that kind of thing. Size, not in size, maybe in population. Like for anybody, like, okay, people may not realize Canada is huge on the map, right? It's actually not that big because obviously Earth is a circle. It's not flat. So anything at the extreme north or south gets expanded to make a two-dimensional map. So Canada isn't as big as it looks on a map, but it is still obviously huge, right? Has anybody made any pretty animals yet? Well, I haven't been on, so I have an out for not having any pretty animals. Does anybody know? Is there any other bases on Crystal Isles that I could go look at? Yeah, I was talking about Canada, population wise. To put it in perspective, there are more people in the state of California than there is in the entire country of Canada. Like, Canada is not big population wise. And like, I forget the exact number here, but like 92 or something percent of Canada lives within like, I can't remember the number for this either, but lives like within 50 kilometers of the US border. It's like ridiculously high number. Canada and Norway have this in common that they generally get less attention than their bigger neighbors to the south. That's very true. And Canada's 38 million to 5 million population for Norway. Yeah, so we're a lot bigger that way. So yeah, let's go this way. So we got this little swamp area down here. Like we're like I said, spinal spawns, baryonyx generally spawn down here. But if we go up over here, there's a pond with more beavers, which I like. Both Norwegians and Canadians are used to changing seasons, snow, winter tires, and a general collective obsession with the weather. Yep. Yep. But it's funny, Punch. I know like Finland and Sweden both have like hockey's pretty important, right? Because like if you look at the people in the NHL, there's a lot of Finns, there's a lot of Swedes. There is a few, you know, Norwegians, but not to the level of Finland and Sweden. I'm just wondering, I guess, why that is. Because Canada's, you know, like hockey is everything to some people. Like, look, I like hockey. I mean, I got a hockey jersey right over my head right now, right? Which you can't really see. Bruins, go Bruins. Norway's a ski country. Okay. And like Canada has obviously skiing, but like only a small part of the country of Canada really has enough like mountains for skiing. Obviously, Alberta and British Columbia have a ton. I think Quebec has some. Anyway, I have, yeah. My part of the country, there's not really any skiing. Have I checked the Winter Olympic medallion score? We always do pretty well relative to our population. I'm sure you can probably say the same, especially since your population's way smaller. So this pond also has beavers. As you can see, there's beavers right there, beaver dam. But I find they're annoying. Like the ones on Fjordur that always respawn, the big ones. There's none of those here. And I find they always put them in the stupid water here, so you got to kind of like clear them all out. What's the biggest snowbank I've ever seen in PEI? Um, yeah, on per capita, Norway'd be up there. Yeah, Punch, I agree. Honestly, it would have been like, what was it, 7 years ago was the year we had all the snow? Would probably be the biggest, the most snow I've ever seen. Um, oh yeah, the snow was like 12 feet high in spots that winter. It was insane. That winter, oh my God, it was just, what was crazy about it, it was like, it was like mid late January and there wasn't any snow on the ground. It had not snowed, right? And it was like January 20th, somewhere around there, right? Hadn't snowed at all. Like not a flake. Green Christmas, no snow. And then from like that last week of January through to the end of March, it literally snowstormed like twice a week, every week. It was the most snow we'd ever had. It was insane, insane. And I'm pretty sure, at least in my lifetime, that's the most snow we've ever had. Yeah, Punch Canada does okay at the Winter Olympics usually. Summer Olympics, not so much. We'll have a few Summer Olympics, but we're definitely better at winter for sure. For sure. So yeah, there's more beavers up here usually. These ones are usually easier to get to, like the beaver dams. But a lot of the times the beavers are dead because there's a lot of predators up here. Oh, they're not now. 1,525. There's a seed dam right there, right in the middle. Yeah, if you go further up the river here, there's usually more beavers, but there's also usually more predators, like packs of dire wolves, Uties, all that good stuff up here. We get normally in Norway around 1.5 meter snowbanks all over, but in the mountains we get 10 meters. Now, my part of Canada, we don't have mountains. We're a small island where, there's there's nothing even close to a mountain on this island. Um, actually, I'm gonna Google something here. Highest point. I'm Googling the highest point on PEI, my province. Highest elevation No, that can't be right. Well, maybe it is. It says the highest point in Prince Edward Island is 140 meters, which is 460 feet. But that's, I didn't even think we had anything that high, if I'm being honest. Where is Springton Peak, PEI? That's a good question. Springton Peak, central region of Prince Edward Island. Well, here we can. I'm not going to show you exactly where I live. So this is Prince Edward Island. Okay, 28 meters above sea level. Yeah, it's like I said, we have no mountains here. Um, Summerside. Anytime I say I'm going into town, if I live close to a town, I'm talking about Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Um, so basically, I live halfway between Summerside and Kensington, out on a rural road that's close to the coast. Basically, my road runs parallel to the highway, and then there's just a bunch of little dead end roads going off my road towards the shore, right? But my road doesn't really lead anywhere. It comes off the highway, runs parallel to the shore, and then just goes back to the highway, right? It doesn't go anywhere. Anyway, so that's where I live for anybody who cares. All right, so what am I doing here? Let's switch back from screen grab to this. It's a little better performance. Argent Aves. I haven't tamed a single direwolf this run, and that kind of bothers me. I love direwolves. Edible gave me one that he had bred. Chuck says, "Did you ever see the video of the Egyptian kids playing with snow when it snowed in Egypt?" Oh, they would be like, I can only imagine if you had never seen snow before, it'd be crazy. You'd be like, "What is this?" Check the link, Luch. Well, one Norway. It's the Olympic scoreboard. I don't see a link. See, you posted some numbers. What is that like? Is that like gold medals per capita or medals per capita or something? Or did you put a link in Discord? Anyway, Bunch, I believe you that Norway um, is really good. Considering you only have 5 million people, like, yeah, he's do well. I want to say, like, skiing in particular, he's do well. You've literally never seen happier kids in your life. Yeah, well, it would blow your mind, right? God, I'm starting all this talk about geography and stuff. I might have to do a GeoGuessr stream at some point. Norway has 70 more medals than the US in the Winter Olympics. That's crazy. Sec, I'm just looking at Punch's link. Oh, that's all time medals. Where's Canada? Oh, Canada's fifth. Back to screen grab. So apparently, for some reason, Google Ads thinks I want a redesigned 2022 Silverado. Why is that so hard for me to say? Wow, that's insane. Norway's in first. Considering your population, that's nuts, Punch. Soviets have only been to 9 winter games. Oh, because Russia and Soviet Union are different. And sometimes they're not allowed to come. But hey, Canada in fifth. I'll take that. All right. Hopefully I'm not dying in Ark right now. I'm just kind of sitting here in not a safe place. That's insane though. I mean, I know a lot of the US, there's an otter. A lot of the US, isn't gonna have winter sports, but yeah, in the Summer Olympics, that's a little different, right? Obviously. Yeah, so this is Crystal Isles. Again, does anybody know, like Sully, Punch, Have you either of you guys built a base over here? Have you seen any bases over here other than my own? Like if I could go check them out if you did. Punch, we are not talking about Summer Olympics. Yeah, well, it's like Sully said, play to your strengths, right? Yeah, I don't think there's really anything to check out other than my own little crappy base. Yeah, Xandra, I don't think Kitty's really been on much either. So like she hasn't been around to make any cool color combination dinosaurs. So yeah, I don't really do I really want to wait for this thing? I'm just trying to teleport out now. Sully says, nope, nothing in Crystal Isles. The latest thing I built was a greenhouse for the tech replicator on Fjordur. All right, so I'm gonna go get this red drop. If it's good, I'll get it. If it's not, I'll just use it to teleport out. Or worst case scenario, I can go to the green obelisk. It's not that far from my base. Like my base is right over there, and it's there. But I did try. There was one breeding session I did late last week. I took my good male with the stats and I bred it with the two pink females and the all white female. But they A didn't get the good stats and B didn't get the interesting colors. It was a complete wash. Well, this one's not down yet either. Titan boots, C4 detonator. No, I'm just gonna go to the obelisk. Screw this. I'm not waiting around. But yeah, I expect my streams to be back to being afternoon streams. I'm only streaming at this time tonight because I tried to stream this afternoon. Oh wow, excuse me. I don't know if you could hear that. I hope you couldn't. But that snuck up on me. Oh, Alpha's something down there. Alpha Carno. So yeah, so I was like, I haven't streamed in a week. I gotta stream, even if it's in the evening, right? Like I gotta get some stream out there. They're gonna think I'm like people are gonna start thinking that like, oh, his power went out. Oh, his internet isn't working. Like, if this keeps happening. I always like watching the pole vault in the Olympics. I know if I tried it, I need EMS on standby. Oh yeah, Stealth, you had a bad experience. So Stealth, and I didn't help any because I didn't know. So Stealth was down in the desert there. And he was like, "Can somebody come?" You know. So I threw an extra Pterandon in a cryopod, and Burbs just proved that I'm human. Yeah, it's right. It's the water, right? Yeah, I usually can like mitigate it so you guys can't hear it, but that one snuck up on me. So yeah, Stealth came over. But you died to a wyvern snuck up on you, like you didn't know wyverns were there, I think is what happened to you, Stealth. And well, we all know what can happen when there's wyverns you don't know about. So I came over, but Stealth said he was at, I can't remember. You said you were at 40-70 when you were really at 70-40, so I went to the wrong place. And then when I finally went to the right place, I still couldn't find you for the longest time. I was bad at figuring out your directions or whatever. And I think by the time I finally found you and gave you a Pteranodon, your stuff was gone, right? Because you had a bunch of your harvesting dinos and cryopods, I think. So that obviously sucked. Obviously. But yeah, I tried to get to you, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Unfortunately. Yeah, for people wondering, like, what's going to happen to the Ark servers when Eco starts? Like this Crystal Isles one, considering I'm the only one who really uses it, I will not be paying for this one for a second month. The rotating server might stay. The rotating server is more expensive, but like Purple paid for the rotating server for the month. It's more expensive because you need more RAM to run Lost Island and to run Genesis 2, which is the two maps that we've done on the rotating server so far. I'm not sure if that one will stay, but at the very least, I'll keep one going, probably Fjordur, because that's where most people are, even while Eco is running. Ragnarok, yeah. make no promises. um, yeah, I'll at least keep one running because I think. Well, let me look at the calendar. When did I start these servers? They opened on the 17th, but I bought them a couple days before. Well, I'm about to kind of spoil the date that I'm planning for the Eco server. Well, let's just say the Ark servers, if I don't pay for an extra month, they're going to end right around the exact time that the Eco servers are going to start. So it's probably fine. But I know there are a couple people that are playing Ark and not Eco, right? So I got to think about them too. I guess what I'm trying to say is probably almost definitely not going to pay for a second month of all 4 servers. Definitely going to pay for a second month of at least one. I'm trying to say. But yeah, when somebody was talking about snow, like this much snow here and then that much snow in the mountains. Yeah, so there's no mountains on Prince Edward Island, obviously, as I showed there. So, all right, there's nothing scary around here, is there? There was a trike. Check Ark channel Discord, Luch. Okay, let me travel first here, Punch. Let's go to Reg. I haven't been to Reg in a while. Has anybody built anything cool on Reg? I know Axel. Excuse me. Axel was building a cool metal base, but I don't even know. You know what I just did? I just put the password is meteors are bad. Spoiler alert. Oh, I put meteors are cool. By mistake. All right, so did I spell the password? All right, so okay, so here's a question. Which map am I going to be in here? Like, which map is my character in? Or can I download it no matter which one? Going last played session. Provide option for people to buy another month. Okay, what? Do I keep just putting in the wrong password here? Meat ors are bad. Yes, that's right. I type with 2 fingers. I'm old. What the? Is my caps lock on? My caps lock was on. Yeah, I'm so old. When I went to high school, we didn't have typing class yet. Well, we had typing class, but like biblical typing. Well, you notice I need to look down, right? Yeah, Xander says, let people know X amount donated confirms it runs for X more time. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, is my so OBS, there's a little square in the bottom. It's a color. It's kind of like the status. And it's usually green. Obviously, green is good, but it just went yellow and then red and then yellow and back to green. So I don't know. Did the stream was there a hitch in the stream there for anybody? Yeah, biblical typer would be a good term for it, Sully. I'm just hoping for the best. But yeah, somebody, I think Talrath said they wanted to see me go to Genesis 2. I don't even have it downloaded. I probably will go to it at some point. Is the stream still down? The stream should be back. Yeah, no, I'm gonna check Discord. Don't worry, Punch. I'd like to be safe first, and logged in somewhere. I find sometimes that when I alt tab when it's loading, it causes it to freeze. Yeah, you did lose all your farming dinos. Yeah, that sucked. So I got to go back to. Wait, did I die? That's weird. Guess that's what happened when you failed the password. Anyway, all right, so let's check Punch's link. Let's check Punch's link. So yeah, stealth. Lost all my farming dinos. Where he died is just a mountain that spawns blood dragon nests and griffin trents right next to it. That map is massive, so when I died, I didn't expect to get my stuff back. Okay. I tried to help, but I didn't do a great job of finding you. All right, so let's close these other links. Snowbanks on the mountains in Norway. Well, anybody can, yeah. Like I said, we don't have mountains in this part of Canada, but the snow we had, I'll look for it later, Punch, like after stream, and I'll send you a link. But yeah, the amount of snow we had that year, some of our roads looked similar to that. Not that bad, but some of our roads were starting to look like that, though. It was ridiculous how much snow we got that winter. And like when I say it snowed like twice a week, it was like a snowstorm. It was like every Wednesday and Saturday, like clockwork for like 6 weeks straight. It was crazy. Yeah, the other problem too, Stealth, is I spawned at my base, right? Because I don't know all the spawns all that well on this map. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to spawn at my base just to be safe. And then, like I said, I went the wrong direction. So by the time I got to you, even if I had found you at that spot, it was, I think, I've been living here for 9 years. It was here, but it was like not, I'm going to say 7 years ago, 2015, I think. I'll check here. So, you know what? Let's just check right now. No. I've been very off topic this stream. Like what do you guys like? Do you like it when I go massively off topic like this and like switch to what I'm, tab out to stuff, or would you like me to focus more? No, I think 2013 was too long ago. Or was it? No, I want to say 2015. Punch, but yeah, it's the worst winter I remember in my almost 45 years. Oh God, it's my birthday in 2 weeks. Anybody has any ideas for like a fun multiplayer party type game that I could play for like a birthday stream? Let me know. And we'll do that for my birthday, which I believe is a Friday night too. So maybe I'll crack open a beer or 8 and we'll play like something like Mario Party, but obviously for PC, like something like Fall Guys, maybe, I don't know, or Among Us. Just, something fun like that. Or we could do Jackbox. I think I did Jackbox last year for my birthday. But the problem with Jackbox was the delay was too much. So people weren't actually watching the stream. I had to share my screen in Discord, and people were getting the questions from Discord. But anyway, we'll do something fun like that for my birthday. I guess it'll be 2 weeks and 2 days. It'll be this Friday. Or 2 weeks from this Friday. You had that year, 12 feet in 2 weeks. That's crazy. You're pretty easygoing. You're good with random, Sandra. Yeah. And I mean, I think most of the people that are here now are good with random. All right, so we're going to rag. Or on rag. But I mean, there's only 5 people watching right now. That's one problem with Ark too, is I find, like, I mean, I've had, wait, why is all my armor gone? No, it's not gone. Okay. Just said removed all my armor. Yeah, so this is where I always build my base on Ragnarok, next to the castle. Mostly because, shockingly, there's beaver dams right down there. Talking streams are nice. Okay. Yeah, like the Ark streams, they've been doing okay for views, but it's mostly just the same people that were already like Chuck. I don't know if Chuck is still here, but like it's nice to see Papa Chuck because that's somebody I don't recognize, somebody who's not from Eco, right? Yeah, so there's a bunch of beaver dams right here, which is why my base is here. But Axel was talking about building a massive base with metal platforms. I don't think Axel's here because I haven't heard from him. Does anybody know where that is? Is it in his cave or is he building it somewhere else? As he was Axel was complaining that he was being far too ambitious, and it was a ton of metal. I had 17 watching. Yeah, I've had like they usually. I mean, tonight's a little lower, but it's also my first stream in a week, and it's not at my normal time and all that. But yeah, usually it starts low, then it gets over 10. Usually peaks somewhere around 12 and 15. And you are right. I believe it has peaked at 17, which is good because Eco wasn't much better, right? It's been good that way. Okay, so this is not where the metal is, obviously. Well, I like his Pteranodon colors. It's like almost pink. I guess it is kind of pink. It's salmon. It's more salmon. Rose? I don't know. Whatever you want to call that. Whatever you want to call that color. Yeah, like viewership has been pretty good on the Ark streams, but I just feel like it's not bringing in new people. You know what I mean? I haven't really I Anyway, that's a conversation for another time, but I'm not doing a good job of bringing new people to my channel period lately because like I was also doing those Mad Games Tycoon 2 videos, but it's literally my 5th season of that game. So that's not bringing in any new viewers either, really. I need to get some fresh guides out there, and I have some in mind. Some of the, time I spent with no power this weekend, I was just kind of laying in bed trying to sleep because it was dark and my Switch battery was dead. So I did a lot of thinking about, some guides I could do for eco and stuff. I was that day looking at the guy practically royal, and he did stream Ark 2 and had 52 watching with 1 million subscribers. Oh yeah, per sub I definitely had, but it's when you're smaller, it's easier to build a tight knit community, right? But yeah, like if I ever get big, it's like I know mostly everybody here, right? Like I somewhat like if I ever get big, and I may never not, it'd be harder to know everybody, right? So yeah, I have no idea where Axel's massive metal platform is. And I'm not sure I feel like flying all around this entire map. Ooh, sun's bright. Sanders says, you've had good excuse last few weeks. After work day is over, nap is requested. Yeah, I can be a napper. Depends. Like, I've had a lot of different jobs and a lot of different schedules in my life. Well, more different schedules and jobs, but some of my schedules, I used to work a shift 5 a.m. to 1:30 in the afternoon. So that means you're getting up, like, even if I just basically roll out of bed, it's still like 4:30 a.m. You got to get up, right? So, Chuck says, sorry, I'm back. Just had a badass phone call. Got a new job. Congrats. Nicely done. Obviously something you were hoping for, so that's good. It's good news. Nice. But I was just talking about an old job of mine. 5 a.m. to 1:30 in the afternoon. I liked it because if I wanted to, oh, somebody's got something over here. Who is this? Oh, Damo and friends. See, originally Damo was way over in that part of the map, like underneath. He must have moved. there a way? That was my warehouse job with Ishmael. No, this was way earlier. This was actually I worked at Wendy's in high school and off and on during the next 4 years where I I had the job at Wendy's in high school. I took a year off. I worked there. Then went to school for a year, went back to Wendy's, went back to school in a different program, and then back to Wendy's. Anyway, so I worked 5 a.m. to 1:30 at Wendy's. But it was good because if I wanted to go to the beach, getting off at 1:30, go home, you take a quick shower, hit the road. You're at the beach 2:30. That's enough time, but couldn't do that every day, right? Some days I would have to take a nap because I wasn't going to bed at 9 at night, right? I was usually going to bed at 11 or 12 or later. So I needed to have naps some days. But no, Ishmael, my most recent job before doing YouTube was I worked in a French fry factory. I worked there for 10 years. Yeah, making French fries. I worked in processing. So I worked on the fryer or the peeler or the cutters and all that. Do I get good internet out here? Oh God, no. I'm in a rural area. The fiber in town is good internet, but I'm in a rural area. I'm just cable internet that's the same as it was 20 years ago, essentially. Yeah, young man Luch could do that. Yeah, old man Luch could not do that. Yeah, this factory job I had, Ishmael is a real life friend who I've known for years. He worked there for a while and then he became the union rep. So he didn't actually work there, but he was my union rep. Anyway, that job kind of sucked. The pay was good. When I left there, I was debt free with a bunch of money in the bank, which is what allowed me to try to do this, right? Because I had all the money in the bank from that job. Although that money in the bank is getting low, but, mostly due to the generous donations of all you patrons. This September's, it's going to be either my best month ever for income or my second best month. I had that month earlier in the year where my Teamfight Manager videos were popping off and I was getting a ton of ad revenue. This is definitely my best month for donations and for Patreon for sure. You're in rural Ontario. I don't get fiber either. Yeah. Well, I did a speed test the other day. I get 100 down. My download's fine, but I only get 10 up, which is an issue for this. Or I guess it's over here. Everything's backwards because of the stupid camera. Right. So I can only go if I want to stream in 1080p, I can only go so high with my bitrate. I can't go any higher than 1080p, right? Because my internet, I just don't have enough upload speed for it. But yeah, young Xander did 2 full-time jobs and 18 hours college, I think back to back those days. Yeah. Yeah, I worked at Wendy's while still in school for a time. And it could, some weeks it was tough. But the guy I stayed with the other day when I didn't have power and he did, he used to be my roommate. Well, when I worked at Wendy's, but this was when I worked the night shift at Wendy's. I did closes. He worked 2 full-time jobs. He worked 8 to 4 and the crazy part is he had a really well-paying job. He worked 8 to 4 for Revenue Canada, which is essentially the IRS, except his job wasn't going after people. His job was just, processing people's tax returns. Anyway, so he had this really good job for the government processing tax returns. We spent so much money on magic cards that he had to get a second job working at a gas station in the evenings full time. So he worked I think it was 7:30 to 3:30 at the tax center. And then he worked 4 to 12 at the gas station. Then he'd get home from that job. And I'd just be getting home from work at Wendy's. And we'd play magic cards till 2:30, 3 in the morning every night. And then he'd go to bed for 4 hours and get up and work 2 jobs. I don't know how he ever did it. Papa Chuck says, wish I could stream, but upload speed here is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, if you're only getting 24 down, I hate to see what your up is, right? Up in Carnos. Let's kill these Carnos. Move to Norway, Luch. Get your speed was insane, Punch. But they are bringing fiber to the entire province. It's part of like the contract with the government that the Bell Alliance is the company. It's just like I said, my road's not exactly an important road, right? As my bitter brother-in-law would say, we don't have enough politicians on our road. I mean, he's not wrong. Canada internet is terrible anyway. Yeah. People complain about their internet in the States. Canada's not much better, if no better. Especially compared to Europe. Europe's where it's at for internet speeds, right? Yes, Punch, we have both of those. Like, to some degree. But yeah, we have employment insurance, EI. You know, if you get laid off or, you know, you quit with a valid reason, or if you get fired for a bull crap reason, you get employment insurance, which is enough to live off of for like 9 months, I think. Hospital stays and stuff are covered, but like dental isn't covered, and like prescriptions aren't covered. So like, but like my last job covered dental and prescriptions, or like 90% of them. Yeah, we're basically third world country for our internet. But yeah, like 4 years ago, I think I had a severe gallbladder attack. I had to have my gallbladder taken out, right? Which was a hospital stay. Then I had to go a procedure where they went down my throat and took out the gallstone and put a stent in. And then, you know, a few days later, once the surgeon was free, I had the surgery to get the gallbladder taken out. You know, that cost me $0, right? Well, we have a 15% sales tax here, Punch. Income tax, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what the income tax is, though, Punch, to be honest. But it depends where you are in Canada too. Like Alberta has like no income tax because they're oil rich in Alberta, like that province. You know, so it's kind of like Texas, right? Alberta is like Canadian Texas for the Americans out there. All right, so I think unless we want to poke around looking for Axel's metal, might as well just go back to Fjordur, right? 25% tax on items and 37% earning tax. Yeah, I mean, income tax here obviously depends how much you make, but like the top income tax bracket, like my sister's a pharmacist, and pharmacists get paid well, don't get me wrong, but she's in Canada's top income tax bracket. You know, like she's in the same income tax bracket as, you know, hockey players that make millions of dollars, right? Hers is more than 37%. I know that. I mean, even when I had my relatively good paying factory job, my sister like lost more in taxes than I made at my job. Yeah, when I was in for the gallstone attack, I guess. I went in, I was in the hospital all day, overnight. The next day, because I'm in a small town that doesn't have all the amenities of the hospital, I had to take an hour-long ambulance ride to the larger city hospital to get that procedure done to take the stone out, right? Didn't have to pay for any of that. But when I had that procedure to get the stone taken out, they said it was the largest stone they've ever seen doing that procedure. So that made me feel a little better about how much freaking pain I was in. Yeah, but I couldn't imagine, like, and this isn't meant to crap on the US, but I couldn't imagine living in a country where dealing with that gallstone pain and having to make the decision to either deal with it or go massively into debt to get it taken care of, right? I couldn't imagine having that choice. They did not let me see it. No, it's one of those surgeries. Well, it wasn't a surgery. Like I said, they just put something down my throat. Um, they just gave you this drug that you're conscious but you're completely unaware. And by the time I woke up, they didn't let me see it. Punch says if you earn more than $100,000 here per year, you get like 50%. Yeah, well that'd be similar to here then. Drug dealers always make good money. I mean, drug dealers make good. I know you're talking about hospital stuff, but drug dealers don't pay taxes, right? But like marijuana is legal now in Canada, right? Like my brother-in-law that I live with. For anybody who doesn't know, I live with my brother-in-law and sister. Um, he's at work right now at the weed store. That's his job, and they pay pretty good because it's a government job, right? Yeah, having a baby in the U.S. is at least 20K. That's ridiculous. But I mean, that's why people take jobs just that have that medical coverage, right? Like, I get that. And don't get me wrong, having a job here in Canada that covers your dental, covers your, I think your eyes, aren't covered in regular healthcare, and your prescriptions is nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's not as important it is to, you know, as covering your entire friggin' hospital stay, right? All right, so I'm just kind of flying around randomly here. I guess I should probably just go home to Fjordur. Let's head to this. Let's drive over the Punchdown Tribe's base. I don't probably hasn't changed much. I know you haven't been on Punch. I know Black Rose and Ishmael aren't playing anymore. I'm not sure. Are Elsirk and Cavalry still playing Punch? You know? Yeah, once again, the conversation was dangerously close to talking about politics, but we avoided it. Everybody still likes each other, I think. That's the important thing. Um, but yeah, that's one thing about YouTube, though. Like, if I have to get dental work done, well, there you go. Elsirk is still playing. Um, yeah, because obviously I haven't been on to see who's playing and who's not, right? Because I had no power. Yeah, if I had to get a bunch of dental work done now, I'd have to pay for it, right? Because YouTube obviously doesn't cover that. Yeah, luckily my eyes are good. My ears aren't. I got my mother's borderline deaf. I got her crappy ears. But well, all right, everybody. Um, so you know what? Let's go. Let's go big camera for this. Everybody get a good look at my smile, okay? I'm gonna turn the camera off for a sec. Okay, now get a good look at my smile. Yeah, so I've my teeth aren't great, is what I'm trying to say. All right, teeth back in. Oh, and if anybody's ever wondering, if you watch me stream and you watch my Let's Plays and guides and you think to yourself, Luch sounds different in streams compared to the Let's Plays, there's a reason for that. I don't put my teeth in if nobody's gonna see me. So if I sound different, that's why. But yeah, when I got these teeth, hockey injury, by the way. Um, yeah, hockey injury, puck in the face. Um, luckily, I was working at a job where it was covered. It covered like 80% of it, I think, right? Um, YouTube started dishing out medical benefits to all its creators. I hate to see that bill. Well, it would have to be. They would have to put more tiers in, right? It's like Twitch. Like for Twitch, there's affiliate, right? Which isn't hard to get. Then there's partner. There's only so many partners, right? Yeah, mine's just a parcel that I can take in and out, right? But yeah, but it was damaged so bad they had to like put like a fake tooth substance into the gums so that if I ever wanted um permanent fake teeth, I forget the word, they'd have something to attach them to. Well, this is definitely new punch. So how'd you make the purple one? Did you just paint it, I guess? Yeah, this is definitely new since last time I was over here. Last time these were over here, weren't you? Oh, so this is whenever you had Chris L dragging all the bodies over, right? You can't blame yours on hockey. Yeah. Hey, it happens. I mean, I have a tooth. I have a tooth down there I'm missing a tooth down there, and that one's not from hockey. That one's just straight up cavity, and I didn't go to the dentist in time, and I lost it. Or Calorie, sorry, Calorie was on dragging duty. Why did I thought it was Chris L, but you would know better than I would because you were actually here. Oh, and by the way, Stealth, I don't know if you saw, or well, I don't know if you're still here. I don't know if you saw the start of the stream, but the little thatch thing you built around me, I was alive when I logged in. So thank you for that, and thank you for taking the Spino to safety. Because yeah, I'm going to be honest, folks. My big first stream back in a week, and then my internet went out 8 minutes in. I was just like, I don't know. I was like, the universe trying to tell me not to stream anymore. Like, first it sent a hurricane to knock my power out for 4 days, 3 days, whatever. You have no teeth on your left side. Hey, it happens. My mother has like no real teeth at all. But yeah, after I lost that one, I started brushing a little more carefully. Calorie painted. I was dragging bodies. See, I knew it. Oh, Calorie painted. Yeah, I knew it. You blame yours on prison. Well, that'll do it. I don't have that excuse. GPS blueprint, lamppost blueprint. Those get a massive meh from me. Moving on. Yeah, you guys have some stuff here just so you can fly, right? To a convenient place. There's still trilobites used to spawn around here, right? Did they still spawn around here? It used to be handy. I remember when I first started on Ragnarok, we were on that beach over around that point. And I remember coming out here to kill trilobites for like oil and stuff. I don't see any. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's not. Yeah, I get a punch meant the Calorie. When punch said Calorie did, he meant painted. And I was correct that you did the dragging. Yeah, I don't see any trilobites. They must not be here anymore. Anyway. I do like Rag. It is a fun map. I like Crystal Isles. I like Fjordur. There's a lot to like. Oh, was there some there that I didn't see them? It would be just like me to miss them. Big old shark. Old Sharky McGee. No, the water between my base and yours. Oh, okay. It's full of them. Okay, I knew there was some around somewhere. I thought they were around here, but... Oh, also, pro tip. If you're, like, starting as a newbie on this map, and maybe it's not the case anymore, but isn't there usually... Yeah, there's crates. There's crates on the beach. And you can get, like, metal tools super early out of these crates. And I think there's more crates down that way, right? Ragnarok was always your favorite. Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite. It's a lot of people's favorite, for sure. It's a good map. It's just straight up. It's a good map, right? It's really all there is to say. Wait, are you coming or are you just... That was weird. Okay, here we go. All right, away we go. Back to Fjordur. Make sure caps lock is off. Make sure you don't make a typo. Oh my God, I hit the caps lock button. Swear to God, I'm not trolling here. I'm actually trying to put the password in. But I think because I screwed up the password earlier, I'm like feeling pressure. It's like, don't screw up the password again, Luch. Like, do it right. But yeah, I went around with no front teeth for longer than I care to admit before I actually went and got them fixed. It happens. It's fine. God, I know there's a lot of people in my tribe and we have bases in different locations, but like, we cover the map pretty good for beds, and there's some under here too that you can't see. One there's one. Well, Edible's base is right under there. I still haven't been here, and I still haven't been here. I should probably explore those at some point. Maybe. In the Desert Zone Rag, we built a big PvP area. We all stripped naked, parachuted in, and there was boxes with armor and weapons. It was like Ark PUBG. That'd be cool. All right, so how much is this otter eaten? Not much, actually. This is probably just spoiled more than eaten. Yeah. All right, so whatever's making those fish disappear fast, I don't think it's the otter. I really don't think it's the otter. What is going on with this egg over here? Rexanne was like, get out of me. Get out of me already. There's Punch. What's up, Punch Man? One Punch Man. One punch down, man. Yeah, these pink, I really should try to breed these pink ones in, right? Or one of these white ones. Right? I mean, this one actually has decent stats too, right? Oh. We having issues again. The little status color box is not green. Okay, there we go. I mean, their stats are garbage, but I mean, we breed them into the line, right? We could be. I need to blow my nose or something. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm good. I'm not going to stream for much longer anyway. I figured with this being at not the usual time, it probably wouldn't be like a full 3-hour stream. I'm actually surprised I even got past 2. Because I mean, I'm still like, I'm just blabbing, right? I haven't really done much in game. All right, so let's go down to the Aberration Cave again. Let's actually see if we can accomplish something in game. I guess I tamed that RG. Let's go down to the Aberration Cave, see if there's anything worth taming, see if there's any good drops. See if we can not get knocked off our mount by a Perlovia this time. They are pretty. And the reason why there's 2 is there was twins out of a single egg. I didn't get that same mutation twice. They were twins. But I mean, it's good because it doubles the chance of getting one right from breeding. But I'll wait till tomorrow. Am I going to stream tomorrow? I should probably stream again tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow we'll try to breed up some of those cool colors into our line with the good stats. Punch with the drive-by. How rude. Very rude. Good sir. I'm surprised that didn't give me a jump scare. I'm surprised it wasn't like, oh! Because sometimes I do that when I'm not really paying attention and something happens they don't expect. I do jump. Definitely jump. Roll rat. So you throw honey in their holes, huh? Hashtag no context. Moving on. The worst part about moving servers is when you come back, these Explorer notes are back, but you don't actually get them. Like I was already at 29,200. Like I don't get credit for it, but it's there, so it's annoying. because you're like, oh, explorer note. It's like, no, it's not. It's not an explorer note, Luch. It's you already got that one. Is this two? Oh, this two. Look at that. Oh, ever cute. Ever cute. Stupid Megalosaurus. I'll never forget one of my first Argies I ever caught on Ragnarok back in the day. I lost it to one of these. I've hated them ever since. Hated them. Like an irrational hatred. Alright, so there is a Burlovia over there. 20, level 20. Oh, and there's a Rock Drake too. Wow, we got quite a variety of stuff here. Burlovia Spino. Levels of Rock Drake. So Rock Drake can be like 180. Oh, it's only 20. Alright, let's kill the stupid Burlovia first. Burlovias. Burlovi. Burlovi? Spino's running. That's fine. We can run. We'll catch it eventually. I feel like I asked this before, but where are the Rock Drake's eggs on this map? I know there are some. Oh. Spino tried to run. Did a pretty poor job. Although, actually, there was one time something knocked me off my mount, and I, like, fell in this crack, and I was stuck. And I had to teleport away. It sucked. What we got here? Mammoth saddle blueprint and a Pelagornis saddle. Jackpot. They're in a tunnel in the Dragon Trench. Well, that sounds very safe. Not risky at all. There are no Carcanoses anymore? There's usually a Carcanos here. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be getting any Rock Drake eggs. But if you do get, if anybody gets Rock Drake eggs, the nameless venom that you need for the babies is in these nodes right here. That thing right in front of me. That's nameless venom. Are any of you high level? Yeah, whatever. Let's kill them all. Kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out, right? 95. Ooh, there's 150. 23 into health. Do I want to tame this? Oh, you need radiation protection. Because it wasn't dangerous enough as it is. Good to know, though. Maybe at some point. The thing with these Ravagers, you know, if I really want to breed Ravagers, there's enough of them spawning here. There's usually a high level one every time I come in. So it's like, seeing a 150 isn't special. Megalania saddle. Add that to the list of dinosaurs / creatures, whatever you want to call it, that I've never tamed. They're like a cave dinosaur, right? Megalanias, I think. Yeah, so it only takes 2 giant bee honey. Tame a 145 roll rat, but I still don't think I'm going to be doing that today, at least. I hate the lag coming into and out of caves. Well, out of caves in particular, it's not too bad going in. Fine. All right, so this stream was kind of random, all over the place. I didn't really have a plan for what I was going to do. I apologize for that. But I just wanted to stream because I haven't streamed in a week. Mostly things out of my hands, but I want to let everybody know, you know, I'm not going anywhere. The channel's not going anywhere. The server's not going anywhere. Right? My bank account's not empty yet. I'm not ready to get a real life job yet. I'm not giving up on the YouTuber thing yet. Hopefully never. Hopefully I can make it. Hopefully I can become a full-time YouTuber, but hey, it is what it is. But that's going to do it for today's stream, I think, folks. Tomorrow, probably tomorrow, like 95% chance tomorrow, if not Friday, I'll come back. I'll have more of a plan, like I'll say, okay, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that, you know, I'm going to breed this, I'm going to try to tame this or that. I'm also going to try to throw some of these things in cryopods. I'm just going down here and see what this parasaur is pinging me about. You like the random streams? Well, maybe I'll start doing the odd random stream. Like, people know what I mean? Do people know what I mean when I say GeoGuessr? Oh, this is this is no this would be the parasaur ping because that's you're in my tribe. Oh, there's a baby. Is somebody breeding stuff right now? Oh, somebody's breeding RGs. Oh, sorry, Katie, but hey, I'm here. I'll be back tomorrow. Um, yeah, I was only planning for stream for 2 hours, and I'm 25 minutes past that. So, um, yeah, Nate Terry maybe is doing some RGs. Is anybody gonna come imprint on these, or should I imprint on them? Are they good? Oh yeah, they're good. I can be good at it, but not always. Sometimes I'll be close on a couple guesses on GeoGuessr, and then I'll be like on the opposite end of the world for the next one. That's the way it goes. Anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody. It was a fun stream. It was random. We talked about a lot of different things. What is that? Oh, there's Nate Terry right there. So obviously those are Nate Terry's RGs. That's gonna do it for today, folks. Thanks for coming out. Like I said, be back tomorrow, more than likely. If not Friday, but I'll be back tomorrow. I need to I need to get back streaming or making content in some form. Yeah, be good to each other. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.